And welcome to Our Reviews Will Kill You. It's Friday night. We're going live, and it's episode 151, which, unlike your favorite Bacardi drink, still exists. We haven't been canceled. We're still here. How did that happen? How did that happen? No answers, noob.
Oh, because of me!
That's totally unlikely, but what we do have is Baby Yoda, star of the show, and I am the man they know as Z, and we're bringing you reviews of movies, TV, games, and all sorts of fun, bizarre news. I am joined by my co-hosts, the particularly unhealthy looking with a deep disangled V, the noob.
Oh my god, hold on, let me spread it out a little evenly.
Spread that V.
There we go.
Oh,
it's a Henley, actually.
Oh.
It's not a deep B.
Well, that's a shame for your parents, but I noticed the hat that you're wearing there. Are you trying to give out some free advertising again?
I am, yes. The bitches that won't give us jogger pants don't buy their shit until they give us our stuff.
Still worried about them jogger pants, even though Scott got fully compensated. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. Ghosts and homosexuals.
Oh my god. You're such a dirtbag. Anyway, from one dirtbag to another, we're also joined by our other host and producer extraordinaire, Scott Keebler.
That's right. You're talking dirt. You're talking Scott. Wait a second. That's an insult to me. F you.
Oh.
It is Friday night. Doc is in the chat. Shrade's in the chat. What's up, guys? The chat is live, as are we. Welcome all on YouTube. We are glad that you can join us once again.
Ron Cold, Stone Cold Killer out there.
Yep. So, before we get started too far, I do have a couple housekeeping items to take care of. As you remember from last week, Z had an amazing theory. Actually, it was a revelation of sorts, if we remember right.
Earth-shattering revelation.
Earth-shattering revelations that I didn't even know about me, but it led to a question that was presented. So we're going to present you with what is going to be Our Reviews Will Kill You's most pointless poll ever. If I can get my screens to work here for me. Thank you.
Scott like cars.
OrkU's pointless poll. Does Scott like cars? Yes or no? And if you
How does one participate in this?
So you can easily participate this right now. For those in the chat, you can just go ahead and speak up. Or if you're not live with us, go over to the YouTube channel. If you're watching already, put it in the comment section below. Or if you listen to us on the podcast, visit our YouTube. Go over to episode 151. Go into the comment section and let us know what you think with the OrkU's most pointless poll. Does Scott like cars? Yes or no?
The answer is already no, and we should already realize.
Name the car in that picture.
A 69 Mustang.
Yeah, that's just because you chose it.
That's because he can see the little horsey logo and the license plate says 69.
Look, I'm in the car. It's how amazing that is.
You are angrily because you're not seeing any
hates
hosts.
cars. He doesn't see any hosts.
Yeah,
that's right.
You're just in a car without a host.
So we also want to pay attention, and if you are on our YouTube, you've probably seen it pop up. If not, go ahead over and check it out. We also want to draw attention to a series that Z and Noob have been up to, playing another video game, Ghost of Tsushima. Is that pronounced right? Tsushima. And if you're watching And if you're watching Z play it, I have now titled it 1,000 Ways to Die in Feudal Japan. Which
he will die 1,000 times by the time we're done with this playthrough, and I don't even know if we're going to beat the game. Who's just going to die that
Watching
much.
the way Z plays video games, we will know every way you can possibly die in Ghost of Tsushima.
We will discover every possible way to die
while mashing buttons.
We did get some pointers from Burn Doritos, so hopefully I would love more tips on this game. Put them in the chat or put them in the comments as you smash that like button, and make sure you share that video to see the futility of Z's trek through feudal Japan.
And we have already got a couple responses on our poll there. We got a no from Shrade, and Bootleg says, Scott likes cars like Baby Yoda likes sitting next to Noob.
It's just uncomfortable for him, isn't it? So that sounds like two new no's.
I would think that it is. And Thomas Borchanella says that Scott only likes edible cars. Well, Tom...
Edible cars? What's that? What's an
Wow.
edible
I
car?
don't know who that guy
You're-
is, but he seems on point.
You're a dick, Tom. I just want to let everyone to know.
I don't know who that guy
Tom,
is.
You're a dick.
He's
Wonder
a
if
big
he has
fan,
a better
apparently.
beard than Scott, though. Probably.
The other and of course, if you don't know this already, as I've switched screens around like a newbie, today is National Tequila Day. So if you are enjoying, go ahead and raise your glass. I'm sure you guys, of course, are all over this.
As
have
we're
your-
drinking classy sidecars
Classy sidecar.
with fresh lemon juice.
Okay, so that's not tequila.
Fresh lemon!
We couldn't get the tequilas. What are you gonna say? But Scott will drink enough tequila for both of us.
I will take care of that. I'm rocking De
Salud.
Leon over here, so I'm enjoying Tequila Day as is. So that pretty much covers all our backlog of things to do, our list, if that was. So if you want noob, go ahead.
Sure, yes. Let's say.
Hold on, before that, I may have
Nope.
some breaking news.
Great.
Real quick, breaking
cool.
news. It does seem that Rockstar did announce that there's going to be new content coming out very soon for Red Dead Redemption
Nobody cares.
and for GTA Online. So
Some
stick
people
around.
care.
You'll be seeing some new videos from Z and the Guha crew as we rock
Not Noob
some
Noob?
of those. No, Noob Noob's useless, so
No
he can't
Noob
come.
Noob. So no one's going to watch the game without Noob Noob.
Everyone will watch the game.
Burn Shititos is going to be in it, though.
Well, it looks like Ron's drinking some Kool-Aid, so tip back your Kool-Aid too. We'll tip it back. But go ahead with the news, please.
Sure, thanks. So,
By the way, I was
Okay.
just going to say that,
great.
Scott, your shirt looks awfully,
Cool.
educational. It's about hockey. Does
right.
not say hachi.
No, it's education is important, but hockey is importanter. The K over here does
We're
kind of
just
look like
gonna-
an H, but that's because I'm fat.
You fatten out your H's into
it's-
K's.
You do like
K's
edible
into
cars.
H's.
It stretched my K into an H. Actually, that is an H.
It is.
That's because education is important.
It is.
Importanter.
Scott.
All right. We'll let him do the news, whatever.
Cool. So apparently there's a new simulator for all those virgins out there. And Keanu
Or
Reeves...
incels.
Incels? Infidels? Infidels. There's a new simulator for infidels. I think that's suicidal people. And Keanu Reeves is not just John Wick. He has a new talent up his sleeve. Then Metacritic, the gaming review giant, makes a massive change because people were pussies. Tenet is a movie that we're never going to see. And then apparently there's a sequel to Sharkcano. Sharkcano. Sharkfucko. Then there's a sexy new fish that I'm going to try to eat as sushi.
You just attacked Baby Yoda.
Oh my god.
How
Baby
dare
Yoda
you?
just dropped an anvil on my fucking toe.
That is Baby
Oh,
Yoda abuse, and we do not
my
stand
God.
for that here.
I'm about to fucking do a hostage negotiation and ask for a special request. And it's Baby Yoda take off that flower on his head.
You're going to do a hostage negotiation for requests?
Baby Yoda's
Oh,
going to
Baby
stab
Yoda's
you.
got a knife. Baby Yoda. Oh, don't you cut my Henley. I will abuse Baby Yoda in front of you. I will beat him.
Just beware, Baby Yoda. He's got
Yeah.
a knife.
So then we're going to review a show that shouldn't exist, a show that ended in the snow. Adventure Time is that still on TV? I don't even know.
We'll get into it.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna dance together. We're gonna have dancing lessons, and we're gonna review it. And then, quite possibly, the best and most important thing we've ever reviewed on the show, besides Dragon Ball Z, Psych 2: Lassie Comes Home, the Peacock exclusive.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Have we? I don't think we've ever reviewed anything related to that show.
Psych? Yeah, we did.
The
We
show that
reviewed
shall not be named.
the first movie.
There was a movie.
There was a movie. Then there's a second movie,
Except
which
we
shall
just
review.
ignored it and just moved on. So let's do that.
Okay.
right now.
Yeah. So apparently, our first news story. Are we going to go to the news, everybody? There we go.
Oh, are we going to the news? Don't you have to let Scott do something?
Yeah, he does. I think he's doing it. He looks like he's intensely doing something.
news, everyone.
Probably thinking about biscuits or something. We good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Okay. So Gamer Girl is a FMV game all about the life of a streamer? What? I don't know. What? So what? I'm confused.
So I think so is everyone else.
There was a game that was canceled called Gamer Girl, and I guess it's about simping on a
it's
gamer
a
girl.
game about being a gamer.
Oh, I do have to. I guess I have to explain what simping is too, because Noob did not know what simping was.
Synthetic.
It is not. Can you pull up Urban Dictionary there, Noob, and look up the word simp? Essentially, what it is there's these girls who play online or they do things online,
Sexually.
and they make you think that they'll interact with you for monies. And it's like your fake internet girlfriend who actually has a boyfriend who drives a Lexus and bought her a Lexus, and then you don't ever get to date her.
Simping. There's a Boys to Men song. Let's read the lyrics.
No, that is wrong.
Baby, let me tell you how I feel. This urge is seizing me. Controlling. It's unreal. Ooh, baby. I want to let you know. You got me yearning. So, baby, let me show. And
Why don't you sing it like Boys to Men
then
with
I have
all
to- I don't-
5 acapella parts?
Oh, my God. Do they do a cappella? I thought Boys to Men
There
was
was
a
a
rap group.
recommendation for simping above.
Urban Dictionary. Simping. Here we go.
You spelled it wrong.
Let's click
you
on
simp.
it. The act of begging or looking for sympathy, normally for a member of the opposite sex. That doesn't sound right.
So Noob.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You spelled simp wrong, but it's close.
Okay.
It's SIMP.
So is there a picture of Noob next to this?
Yes, Noob is a simp.
He
So
definitely is.
simping like this. Simping.
Yes, or just a simp.
Simp.
S-
Okay. Like a
I-
You're
chimp.
good at this. There you
Someone
go.
who will say anything to please someone, particularly a girl, in the hopes that they will be in your good favor. So they just want shit from you.
So that's what they do. These girls, they essentially charge you to talk to them.
Like every one of my girlfriends.
And the simp
Yes.
and the simp is the guy who is a simp. It's a sad, pathetic, lonely man who's doing anything he can for attention that he will never get in the end.
You 100%
Baby
simped
Yoda
on a
is
girl.
so a simp.
Baby Yoda is too badass to be a simp. So anyway, they got some real bad feedback on this. I guess it's a game where like you choose your own adventure or something like
You
that.
are the gamer girl. You get to be the gamer girl. You get to interact with your fans. And then, of course, you escalate until you start your fans only page. And that's when you make real money.
Is that seriously how it
showing
goes?
Yeah,
showing
it
your
is.
vagina online.
How you win is you start an OnlyFans.
Yes, and that's how you win is by starting an OnlyFans page. But no, that's legit what the game was. It was up for a little bit and then got dropped real fast. It was you were the gamer girl where you had to do your online thing and interact with your fans and your public and yeah, it was it was the downfall of human evolution in one video game.
Sounds
we
like
have gotten-
Noob's fantasy.
The human
well-
race has gotten so pathetic that this was actually a thing.
I bought it. So
Well, it's gone now.
we're going to do a playthrough of it after this.
Yes, where Noob is the gamer girl.
Z is going to simp me, and I'm just going to be his little baby bitch. Is that how that works?
Sure.
Okay. So should we move on to Keanu Reeves, a man who needs no simping?
He is the ultimate non-simp.
Yes. Except when he shaves his beard because the new Bill and Ted movie came out and showed a poster, he looks weird without a beard now.
You're just not
It's
used to it.
uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Anyway, Keanu Reeves makes his comic book debut with, I think it's supposed to be Berserker?
Yes, it's Berserker.
Berserker.
Berserker without
basically-
any of the
Is he
vowels.
starring in it or he wrote it or both?
He wrote it.
And he stars in it because that man looks like Keanu Reeves.
I don't know the answer to
He
that.
also has a sword in his chest.
That's probably gonna hurt.
And
And he's
holes-
got some bullet holes. Where you
and
can see
holes
right
Hold
through
on.
them.
both
Keanu
arms
Reeves is
and his
Canadian?
chest.
God damn it.
That's
No,
why
it's not
he's so
100%
nice.
Canadian.
I don't know. It says the Canadian actor.
That's why he's so nice.
That makes sense. That honestly adds up.
I think he's like something else too.
Yeah, can Canadians even rape? Like, is that a thing?
Oh my
Like,
God.
I don't even.
So
are they just too nice?
I don't know if the artist based the character off of Keanu. It does look like him, but I'm not sure. I know Keanu was the author, but I'm not sure if
He was
was
King
the
Arthur.
artist.
Yes.
He's not the artist. I can tell you that. He's good, but he's not that good. He's not the greatest person. Like he'd be like the greatest living human being ever if he could draw that.
So yeah, so I mean, looking at that image there, yeah, the character was kind of based off of Keanu and Neo, the one. So
It will arrive in October via Boom Studios, whatever that is. Nobody cares.
it is.
Oh, the best. He co-wrote it with the best-selling author Matt Kint, an Italian artist Alessandro Vitti, colorist Bill Crabtree, and letterer Clem Robin. It's Robin, actually. I just said it fancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds cool. We should check it out. Maybe you should read it.
Maybe okay.
And maybe they'll make a movie out of it because every single graphic novel that they ever make gets a movie made out of it.
Like The Old Guard, which we reviewed last week.
Like Old Gourds.
How is Noob going to read this? He doesn't know how to read.
I just look at pictures and insinuate it.
So this is actually a perfect medium for you since there's pictures.
The pictures are the best.
He sees the word bubbles and thinks that they're just action.
Yes. Although Berserker follows a half-mortal, half-god known only as the Berserker. Wow, that makes sense. Who has been compelled to violence at the expense of his own sanity. All right, that sounds kind of dumb.
If you look at
honest.
the first image right there, yeah, I'd say he's kind of badass. So
yes.
Hold on.
Pop into the
Honestly,
chat.
Okay, like read that description and then after it. After centuries of blood-soaked battles, the Berserker has agreed to perform dangerous jobs for the U.S. government in exchange for the truth about his existence. That's like vaguely similar to Old Guard. Gods just kind of living.
They're not
throughout.
gods. They're just immortals.
Immortal gods.
And they don't work for the government.
Yeah, and Old Guard did their own thing.
Yeah, totally different.
It's kind of similar.
Ooh, looks like I'm pretty sure Burned Doritos showed up in the chat. One of the people trying to teach me how not to die in feudal Japan.
Keep
Thank you, Burned Doritos.
trying.
Try harder.
He's not learning.
You're not doing good.
So what's next?
So speaking of games, Metacritic is changing its user review policy due to user bomb reviews, and mainly The Last of Us. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2, yes. The user score 4.9 was mainly from like the first 2 days of the show or of it being released. And it's a game that takes roughly 25 hours to beat. So unless you called off of work or have no job or unemployed and living in your mom's basement, like I am, you couldn't play this game all the way through in the first 2 days. So these user reviews are technically not accurate. So
They think they found that they're hitting like halfway. Like the people that really like the game are giving it a 10 off the bat, and the people that were unhappy with it were giving it a 0. It wasn't really like relying on people at home to give it like a 3.7. It was just a 0 or a 10, and that's pretty much how the fans were doing it. So I'm guessing they changed it for that.
What are they going to do about the professional critics that got proven that they were pay to play and just giving it 10 out of 10, saying it was like the perfect game? Are they going to do anything about those assholes?
Probably not.
well, they're paid, so no.
Yeah,
Oh, they're getting paid, so
Who's gonna
it
get
doesn't
away with
matter.
I mean, that's what, you can't trust the critics. You can't trust them because they're all getting paid for it. Maybe they can just go to a Netflix thing where it's the thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Well, you can listen to our reviews. Will kill you, and we'll guide you as to whether or not the games are worth it.
Yes.
We did do an extensive hour-long breakdown of the whole game that you can
And it was fantastic because it was me talking.
enjoy.
Mainly. Yeah.
As I interview Noob and his sexual awakening.
But that's also what's interesting from even just that video. We were torn down the middle for our reviews on it because I said that it looked like a piece of shit.
You didn't play it.
And you guys enjoyed it.
You didn't play it.
Yeah, but watching it because I had to sit there and watch all that stupid video you assholes sent over.
You watched the
It was
two. So
just-
that's what everyone did. There's a major scene, in case no one played it, I'm not going to spoil it, in the first 2 hours. And everyone probably went on after they got to that part and review bombed it because they hated it. I would have done the same thing because I hated it too.
No, the first 2 hours was all cut scenes. There was no actual video game in it. It's not a video game. It's
like a playable movie.
It's a playable movie, and it
Yes.
wasn't even really that playable from what
Lesbians.
I could see.
An interactive lesbian girl experience.
You probably had, from the 2 hours of gameplay that you showed on YouTube, you probably had 15 minutes of actual gameplay. The rest of it was all cutscenes.
in lesbian sex.
Yes.
With armpit hair.
Yeah.
Fully animated armpit hair. And bigot sandwiches. You can't
And,
forget
play,
about those.
and playing a guitar.
We barely even got
too much time of Z playing a guitar.
Yeah,
not enough Gigantor or She-Hulk.
So maybe that 4.9 is appropriate. So
It's not at all. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
No, I'm not even going to say that.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Anyway, you know what's one of the best games I've ever played? Not Tenet, because that's a movie. And we're also never going to see it because it's delayed indefinitely by Warner Brothers.
Delayed forever.
Yes. Because the movie theaters are going to go out of business. We're all going to die of COVID. And, fun is dead. So, yeah.
Fun is dead. There's no more fun in the world.
Fun is dead. Because I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan would rather burn this movie than let it be released to home video first. Because that dude loves the cinema.
What if?
But there's still a lot of other movies that are supposed to be coming out and still are getting released that are going to be done.
No,
with.
they're all
everything in
delayed.
existence got delayed to like 2021.
Yes.
Quiet Place 2, 2021.
Wonder
Top Gun,
Woman.
2021. Milan, indefinitely delayed.
All of them.
Black Widow.
I'm hearing-
everything is just.
I'm hearing Bill
nah.
and Ted is going to be a combination of what theaters are brave enough to be open and home release, though. So not all of them. I mean, yeah, delayed perhaps, but not all of them are waiting until the theaters are completely back open.
What's weird is there are some theaters that are open, like all these independent theaters. There's one actually by us that's maybe like 45 minutes away. That's open. That's just showing reruns of old
where
movies.
is
So
that?
like you can go see The Avengers 1. Why would I pay money to go see that? I don't understand. I own it.
Yeah, but you can watch it in a theater with 5 other people
With a
coughing
mask
on you.
uncomfortably. Like
And
I
people
don't.
coughing on you.
Nope.
What about the drive-throughs? What do you guys think about that? Walmart is building drive-throughs.
Nope.
I think
Why?
I think
Why
that's
would
actually
Have you
I
ever
wanna
been
see
to a
that?
drive-through?
I think it's fun.
Yay.
I've been to a drive-through, but not like an open drive-through. I just went off-roading because it was completely grown over at that point. So I drove through with the truck.
So you went to a drive-through that wasn't showing a movie, and you
That-
sat there for 2 hours
No.
staring at trees?
No, I was doing burnouts in the what used to be a parking lot that was completely grown over by trees and grass and stuff like that, and a truck that I popped 4-wheel drive into. That's about the only
That's not a drive.
that was
Video movie.
was a drive-in at one point, and I drove into it. So there, take that.
Yeah, so I only go to movies that are in good theaters like IMAX or Dolby Cinema, so I would never go to a drive-in.
Is your car not good enough for a drive-in?
No, the
Drive-through?
screen is not good
Drive-in?
enough. The screen is not going to be an IMAX screen. It's not going to have surround sound system. It's just not.
No,
Nope.
unfortunately
I'm good.
for noob, public transportation doesn't actually go into drive-ins, so there's
Yeah,
nowhere to
I
park
just-
except the bus.
I have to call the short bus.
Ron says that they have pop-up drive-in theaters. What state is that in, so we know where to go for our drive-ins? 'Cause
And if you have your home address, we will come and stay there for
They
free.
are,
we will gladly stay at your home for
and yes,
free.
and pop your home address up there so we all know what area you're in as well.
I will make you
are
beverages that may or may not contain roofies.
They are doing
So-
other things. Bert Kreischer, a comedian, is coming to the area to Philadelphia. He's doing a drive-in show down at the Wells Fargo Center or something like that. He's apparently done it a few times where you drive up, it's in the parking lot, and he's doing a show out there, and then he gets in like a golf cart or something and goes around and still does a meet and greet. So he's been doing it. There has been people who have adjusted and are doing things. There's one example. Pop-up drive-ins are happening as well. It actually why Star Wars, like the original Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, or not Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi or whatever, actually topped the box office recently because of these pop-up drive-ins and a couple smaller theaters that were showing it. So it could be the new thing, or it could be the return of the drive-in. So who knows?
I say if we want movies, we need to support things like this. So go to your local drive-in.
The industry is struggling big time. So any way that we can keep it going, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, well, anyone who has hoped that it was going to premiere on Warner Brother-owned HBO Max, it's not. They said that they are not streaming it whatsoever first on HBO Max, mainly because all of Nolan's movies have been exceedingly profitable in the theaters. So they're just hoping that this movie is going to kickstart everyone going back to the theater, and it's probably going to make $1 billion, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if people have enough money to make $1 billion anymore. So who knows?
So, and we do have a response. Apparently, those pop-up drive-ins are happening in the Great Lakes states.
Be more specific.
So,
Send your specific address. and
So,
we'll come visit.
California.
Great Lakes states is good enough for us.
No, it's not. Not for me.
California.
Not for,
Not
to
good
keep
enough.
Noob Noob
Send
out of your
pics.
house.
Oregon.
Physical pics of the spare bedroom.
Washington State.
That's not Washington.
Are
Washington
you, are
does
you
not-
living in Chaz? Oh my God,
There-
you're living in the Chaz.
All three of those states I mentioned are next to the Pacific, and that is the biggest lake around.
That's the biggest lake
There's
you know. Yes.
there's
None of
no
those are Great
bigger
Lakes states, I
lake
don't
than
think.
the Pacific. That is a pretty great lake. It's big.
Washington. Yes.
Yes.
Because he's a Chazonite.
You know what lakes have? Sharks. And there's a new movie. Lakes don't have sharks. There's a new
Some
movie called
do.
Sharkcano.
Nope. I guess it's show. I wouldn't say it's.
It's not a movie because I was told to not look this up to not ruin it.
It's not Sharkcano. No, that's not the Sharkcano
Vivica
we're
A.
talking
Fox.
about.
That's not it. So that's not it. How about that?
No,
Sharkcano.
sir.
Oh,
Yes,
that's a
that
cool
is
graphic.
it.
That is a great. Oh wait, Shark Volcano. Wait, a volcano filled with sharks?
Yes, as in, and this is real. There are actual sharks that are living in the sunken caldera of a volcano. They're doing research on them right now, and they finally released the documentary about how these sharks are living in
lava.
underwater. Yeah,
Is
they're living in this crazy water that's hot.
So they're magma sharks,
Yes,
Is this gonna be
they have
part
sizzling
of-
water temperatures and elevated acidity levels.
and they're not being cooked in the sushi.
They are not being cooked into sushi, so they are it's a Sharkcano. Sharks live in a volcano.
So will this be part of Shark Week? I think that's coming up very soon. Like either like the week after next or something. Shark Week returns.
I believe it will be. I'm not
very
100%
excited for that.
sure, but I do know that it's around the Solomon Islands, and it's fascinating. I think that's kind of cool. So instead of some like nonsense movie that no one really wants to see, you should check it out, where you get to see real live sharks living in an actual volcanic ocean type.
Yeah,
area.
submarine volcano Cavici, which has built itself above sea level at least 9 times since 1950. Yay. Located in the Solomon Islands. That's a biblical name.
You don't know where that is, do you?
I don't. Oh, wait, no. South of Gutokai and the Vagunu Islands. Don't know where that is either. Vietnam? Just a wild guess. Paraguay.
Which
my
ocean
next
is that?
guess. Indian Ocean. Arctic. Atlantic.
Uh-oh. What kind of shark is this?
But I'm back.
Oh, God. Asians, run! Is that the Meg?
So hungry, I had to
boy.
come back.
He won some General So's.
Doesn't sound like the Meg. This sounds
my
like a
God.
different shark.
Sweet and sour
Is this
sauce.
the peg?
Oh, my God.
Oh, is that better?
Are you going to peg me, Sharkcano?
No one knows because no one knows what Scott is
Are you
saying.
going to bend me over and beat me with your lava penis?
Still, no one knows what Scott is saying.
No one knows what he's saying.
No, Scott.
I have no idea
turned
because
himself off.
I turned it off. I lost the setting. I don't know
Scott, no funny.
anymore what it
Scott, no
sounds
funny.
like. Wow.
That wasn't Scott. That was a shark.
That was
Shark no funny.
That was
shark.
the
No
Meg.
funny.
Shark no
That was the
swimming.
Meg no
Shark
funny.
no
Meg no swimmy.
Yes. So, okay. There's sharks and volcanoes.
Did they say what channel this will be on or anything like that? No, it's just actual news for
Yes,
once.
this is like actual news I'm reading.
Yes, he's reading.
Large animals like sharks hanging out and living inside the caldera of the volcano.
Too many words for you.
There's too many. I'm trying to
Oceanography.
find out something interesting, but there's nothing interesting. Underwater volcanoes in the marine ecosystem. That's a lot of words.
Too many words for noob.
Volcanoes are life in the ocean.
There
That
is
makes
some
sense.
interesting stuff. If you have Disney Plus, you can go on there. National Geographic's part of the Disney package.
Here's a fun fact.
So there
Here's
is
a
some cool stuff in there that does have stuff like this for underwater National Geographic type stuff. So go check that stuff out. It's educational and fun.
Yeah, here's something fun to say during sex. More than 70% of all volcanic eruptions occur underwater. So, like, right at climax, just whisper that in somebody's ear and see if you finish. It's a fun game to play. It's called Noob Noob's Cum Game.
No,
Nope.
That's
That's
why-
not a thing.
not funny.
We're not going to
No,
do it?
you definitely.
We're going to do it.
You definitely
gonna
don't.
do
Noob,
get it,
noob, no
Simp.
funny.
Noob Noob is funny.
That was
See,
not good.
That was good.
Simp, simp,
No.
It's better
simp,
than you.
simp
What
doesn't
do you?
get
Oh my
any.
God, this girl is not
Just keep
attractive.
going.
Okay, let's move on.
Moving on.
Yes.
Isn't there other fish you'd like to speak
There
about?
is a sturtlefish, like a grundlefish. There's a new hybrid fish series, or fish hybrid, what I don't know, from 2 endangered species. So they basically had sex and created a what is that? A burrito?
It's a strudel. It's a fish strudel.
Fish strudel.
Fish strudel, fruitles. So meet the sturtlefish, a new species of fish accidentally created by scientists in Hungary. It's an unusual mix of 2 endangered species, the American paddlefish and the Russian sturgeon. Okay.
Why were they trying to make this? Do you know?
Why
So
was
that's-
Hungary
so-
making an American and Russian sex fish?
So that's what you get when you can cross an American and a Russian.
Is that what it looks
Yes,
like?
it is. Yes, that's the
Holy
fish.
shit, that's aggressively ugly.
They're trying to save the caviar industry, so they figured they would try to.
They
They
created
weren't really trying to
another
make the fish. It was actually an accident, but they were trying to breed more hardier caviar producing fish, and the sturgeon is in high demand because it creates caviar. That's the
And it's-
eggs of the fish.
And
thought
instead,
caviar was from tuna.
instead
Nope.
they created a fish that was so dumb looking that it can't even eat because its nose is too long. It can't get to its mouth.
It is
Okay.
a weird looking fish for sure. So go catch yourself a strudlefish or a sturtlefish.
Sturddlefish.
Actually,
Sturtlefish.
why does it
That's
have
not
like
the
a-
scientific name.
It has like a limp penis nose.
Have you ever seen a paddlefish?
No.
It's got the big nose of a paddlefish and looks armored like a sturgeon. Look, there's a sturgeon.
Uh-huh.
There's kind of a paddlefish.
Actually, I think Doc's right.
Sure.
It does kind of look like Noob Noob.
Noob's twin. I could tell.
This is how
see
Deep Blue Sea happens. There's going to be sentient super paddle sturglefish, and they're going to try
They're just
going to
paddle your bottom.
Yeah, I'm going to wake up in the ocean, and then it's going to be paddling into my asshole or something.
Maybe it'll be that lake that you eventually go swimming in.
Yes. Yeah, there is going to be a swim off if we have underwater cameras. If Scott, decides to make money for once in his life and buy us underwater cameras, we're going to film a swim off between me and Z,
Remote drones.
and it will be you'll see one man resembling Michael Phelps having sex with a dolphin, me, and
Drowning.
and then a fat stingray just frolicking on the lake.
We can do. We can
the
set.
sand.
We can set this up. The gear is there. We can do this.
Can we?
Yes, we can.
All right, let's do it. We'll film it. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll out.
As he drowns
I
in the
will
lake.
I will out.
Do you really want to take the chances of Noob drowning in a lake?
Yeah.
I will
Yes,
never drown in
yes,
a lake.
actually,
I'm like Michael Phelps.
I think you stopped talking again,
I'm
Scott.
better. I'm like a butterfly, but in the water.
No, I'm
Does that make sense?
banking on Noob drowning in the lake. That actually would be amazing. And if I could film that, even better, because then I can relive that moment over and over and over again.
You could also sell the footage, and you could also make money off of the insurance policy that you took out on Noob.
Yes.
Oh, wait, what? How much?
So what's the next news?
Okay.
Is that it?
No, there's one more news story, and it's the best one of them all, to be honest. So Ukraine, best country in the world, honestly. There was a hostage negotiation, and it ends with a very intriguing demand.
That's a bus.
That's
Is
the
this like
bus.
Speed?
That's the
Yes.
bus from the situation.
So
That is the bus. I mean, I
armed-
see a gunshot. Oh my gosh.
let me set the stage here. Armed with a variety of weapons, 44-year-old recently Maxim Krivosh took 13 hostages on a bus in Ukraine. The 12-hour harrowing standoff with the police ended when Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, I think I said that right, agreed to his demands to promote the 2005 documentary Earthlings, narrated by Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. So the Joker.
Yes, the Joker.
So
the-
nature, animals, mankind, Earthlings.
So apparently, the Ukrainian people love Joaquin Phoenix, and I don't.
So
know.
that was the final demand. The man took 13 hostages and just wanted the president to watch Joaquin
president-
Phoenix's movie, huh?
in 2005,
the
before he was really that famous.
The president
Although
tweeted.
wait, one was Gladiator, like 2003. So
No,
he was.
he was way famous. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all right. Joaquin. Was
The
old.
president did tweet, "Go watch Earthlings," and then after the guy turned himself in, the president deleted his tweet.
Did he really?
Yes.
Why would he want to? Why would he want people to watch a movie in English if he's from the Ukraine?
So apparently this was a movie about like the animal industry and the meat industry, I guess, and humans,
Like factory farming?
factory farming, I guess. I don't know. I kind of didn't really care about it. So I guess this guy was some sort of like activist or something, maybe, who decided to save lives by taking lives or something. Who knows? But
So Nunu refuses
yeah.
to look up the movie to see even
What
what
movie?
it is.
I wasn't listening.
the movie on
What
the
movie
screen,
are you-
Earthlings.
Earthlings? Oh,
Yes.
should I look it up on Rotten Tomatoes?
Why not? Let's
Look
give
up,
it a review.
look up,
All right,
some-
let's
we
look
didn't
up-
even watch it.
Let's
look up
see it.
something
Earthlings.
that's going
See
to
what
tell us what
Earthlings
the
is
hell
about.
it's about.
Earthlings.
While I take
oh,
this
Joaquin
bus
Phoenix.
hostage.
Here it is.
There it is.
All right. This is intense. 92% user
Wow,
score.
that's a lot of
What the
audience
shit?
scores.
Let's read some.
No
Hold on.
critic consensus. We don't even know what it's about.
Using hidden cameras and never before footage, Never before seen footage. Earthlings chronicles the day-to-day practices of the largest industries in the world, all of which rely entirely on animals for
So
profit.
factory farming.
So that sounds depressing.
Oh, it sounds super
That
depressing.
sounds really fucking depressing.
That's a great review.
One review. Nope. Or no. Nope. 9. God. No. Earthlings chronicles the day-to-day practices of the largest industries in the world, all of which
That's
rely.
that's already read.
Yeah. Why are they? Why is that the same?
And there's only 2 reviews.
He's a super reviewer. Fuck you, Caesar M. That's a long. I'm not reading that. What the fuck? That's like a paragraph. That's way too
I
many
know
words.
paragraphs are hard for you to read.
Oh, he quoted Shakespeare's
pictures.
King Lear at one point. That's fun.
That's
Congratulations.
just
I
because
don't know
there's
what
no
that
pictures,
is.
So it's a
Shakespeare
movie.
can't handle it.
Seems dumb. Yeah, it's a movie.
Actually,
Joaquin Phoenix is awesome.
Apparently,
We should watch it.
while the standoff was going off, he let 3 people go early, but then everyone else on the bus, he made watch the movie while standoff was happening. So he
Sounds
not
reasonable.
only held these people hostage, but also forced them to watch this movie as well.
Well, that guy's about 15 years behind, so maybe he'll catch up.
He told police he was armed with explosives.
What's he going to do when he watches The Cove?
Was that Joaquin Phoenix?
No, you just
That's
look
not-
it up.
Nope, I'm not going to do that.
It's a movie about the slaughter of dolphins by the Japanese.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yes,
Tell you what the
Japanese
guy's gonna
slaughter
do.
dolphins?
absolutely.
Well,
The
that's
guy's
rude.
going to go nuts.
Are you sure it wasn't the Mongols?
No, it was not the Mongols.
Because there was too many Mongols.
Just too many Mongols.
Too many of them. That's why they don't exist anymore. Because there was just too many, and the Japanese people were like, "Nah, we're gonna kill you." Mm-hmm. After they tried to invade their country, of course. So yeah, I think we're done. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome, and Ukrainian people love him, and they want to blow up stuff unless you watch him.
All positivity here.
Yes, they are Joaquin terrorists.
Yes.
Reviews.
Like my shiny metal ass!
Tonight, you.
So what would you like to review first there, Noob Noob?
Well, so the first review is going to be a very quick one because it shouldn't exist, and it is Killer Camp, a new CW show that shouldn't be new or ever filmed, or it's just the worst thing in the world. I don't understand.
A CW show you don't like?
No. Yeah, no. I'm going to bring that back. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So there's
no.
I don't get it. It's a
That
reality
one
show.
dude is wearing some short shorts.
Yes. So it's a reality show with a bunch of British people for some reason.
British people.
Think they signed up for it. Yeah, then there's this American dude who looks like I don't.
He looks like a hobo.
Is he
Yes.
supposed to look like that? Like,
He is.
is that his
For some
is that
reason.
his daily look, or did someone in a makeup department make him look like that?
Yeah, no, he's supposed to look like that, and he acts a certain way that we'd get pulled if I said on air.
What?
Anyway, so basically, these contestants thought they were signing up for some summer camp game show, and then they're on their way to the first thing, and then one of their contestants burns up and blows up on a raft. And then they're like, oh no, you're actually on killer camp, and one of you is the killer. And you control this dude who looks like Jason before he got his
Robot?
mask.
What's he, a robot?
Yeah, I mean, this dude looks cool. That's why I watched it, honestly. So this dude looks
The
kind
guy
of cool.
wrapped in the mummy, wrapped in toilet
So,
paper,
Yeah,
and
the
hillbilly,
hillbilly
clothes.
with the bandages.
So who's controlling the second-rate negative?
I
man?
don't know. I don't care. I turned it off after like 3 minutes because the premise is that they're not supposed to realize that they're on this like fake killer show, and then this one dude dies in front of them. They're just like, "Oh, so we're gonna win like $5,000 if we win the next game," and then they just move on. I'm like, "What? Why? Nope." And they're all British, not attractive, and just nope. I'm
Just
good.
not hot enough
I'm-
for Noob Noob.
They're not. Unlike Warrior Nun, where she is just cute as a button. I'm just noping out immediately. 10 minutes, turned it off.
I can't believe Noob Noob didn't like something.
Didn't even finish halfway through. It was fucking
That's
atrocious.
shocking.
No one should watch this show. Fuck this show. Yes.
Well, apparently no one watched it because there's no
scores.
There's no professional
anything.
reviews. There's no audience score. There is a lot
Part
of
of
nothing.
me thinks this was filmed in 2019. Part of me thinks because of the pandemic and like filming and all that stuff, this was a show that was canceled, and then they're like, we got no new shit, so we're just gonna throw this on air.
Like, they aren't even trying. Like, they thought it was going to be one thing, but they have stadium seating for their tribunal, I guess, like Survivor Island.
Yeah.
They're all wearing their audio packs, like, nice and clear in the day. There was no effort whatsoever put into this.
Yes, it was horrible.
Yeah, so I guess moving on.
Yes, to a show that I watched that I actually enjoy. Its first season ended just recently. It's Snowpiercer, based on the graphic novel and the movie by Bong Joon-ho. What's his name?
Yes.
Bong Joon-ho. I said it right? Oh, that's awesome. He is a good director. I love the movie, so I wanted to give this show a shot. And to be honest, I like this better than the movie, which is weird. Yeah, it's a little weird because Chris Evans was in it. Love Chris Evans for the movie. This show stars Daveed Diggs, who is from Hamilton fame. And Jennifer Connelly, who is
From just hotness fame.
She was in Hulk, the shitty one. Yeah, the shitty one. Anyway, so this follows the same story. It's just a little bit forward in time. The actual Snowpiercer movie. So this is
It's forward in time?
This is before the Snowpiercer movie.
Okay, before Snowpiercer movie. Okay.
Yes.
They finally made that clear?
They did make that clear.
Okay.
And but Daveed Diggs kind of plays the same character as Chris Evans in the movie, leading a rebellion. People
there
are
have been
in
many rebellions.
Yes, the third class in the back of the train, leading a rebellion after the first class. The graphics and the design of the train, instead of 100 cars long, it's 1,000 cars long. So there's a lot more better effects in this show.
It's a
than the
little
movie.
excessive.
Better?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I thought the movie was pretty impressive.
It was, but it showed a more gritty, realistic version, which is like if that happened in real life, I think the movie showcases exactly what it would be. This movie is like a hyper fantasy version of it. 1,000 cars long, and you have like cars with
Some of the cars look a little bigger than an actual train would
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it looks cool as shit. And they tried to frame it in a way that he's a detective, and there's a mystery he has to solve, and then he makes a revelation and all this stuff, and it actually sets the stage for a good season 2. There was a good twist at the end. A good actor is coming on to
What's a
season
twist?
2. I'm not spoiling
I just
twist.
said, what's a twist?
Our lovable Sean Bean, I believe, is going to be in season 2. And Sean Bean, he's probably going to die, that means, because Sean Bean always dies.
He was just made to die.
That man can't live in
So
a
what
movie.
does the tomato score look like?
Yeah, the tomato score is like meh. Its average tomato meter is 63%. The audience score is 71%.
Isn't there like 20 some episodes of this? It's like one of those too many episodes.
How many episodes?
Too many.
Like 13.
No, it's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All right, I'm going to Google it.
Doesn't it tell you the seasons?
It
and how
honestly
many?
doesn't.
Well, that's just terrible. You
watch
Snowpiercer episode count?
So you watch this, but you have no information on it.
I just read information on
He
it.
did watch it, but we just don't know how many episodes.
How many? 10 episodes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not too long.
Yeah,
Well,
not
that's-
that many episodes.
For some reason, I thought it was like 20 episodes. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching it because I
I
watched
could
the
not
first one,
finish a 20. I can't finish a 20 episode season of anything anymore, honestly.
except for Supergirl.
And well, she's cute. And Flash and Arrow's not around anymore, which makes me sad.
Oh, thank God.
So I would recommend it for anyone who is a fan of the movie or the graphic novel. It's worth 10 episodes for sure.
All right, go see it if you like. If you like.
Then we're going to move on to something I don't care about: the '90s Bulls,
The Last Dance.
because we're really focused on sports here. We love
Last
sports,
Dance.
all the sports, many sports,
So many sports.
super sports.
So this isn't actually about dancing.
It's not about dancing. It's about the Last Dance.
well, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Not
Nope.
even gonna.
I'm
go
just
there.
gonna. Nope. I'll say it off air.
It
Nope.
is about Dennis Rodman, who you're a big fan of.
Yeah, him and Kim Jong Un scissoring while playing Xbox together.
He's your favorite.
That's a bonus episode of the Last
And
Dance.
Scottie Pippen.
So is this? So it looks like that's Dennis Rodman when his hair was just blonde still before it was 18 different colors.
No, this is about the essentially what the story is, and I guess this was a co-Netflix ESPN production. It's 10 episodes, and it is essentially what happened when the Bulls were going for their sixth title. Michael Jordan gave them unprecedented access to him, and they had a film crew with them the entire time that they were doing this. So what you get is just the story of Phil Jackson's last season and everything that's going on. And then they break each episode down by characters. So you essentially get like an MJ one, a Scottie Pippen one, there's a Phil Jackson one. I wasn't trying! And then what you get to see is all of it kind of framed through their experience getting up to this point, and then through the lens of playing with Michael Jordan. And I mean,
wasn't Michael Jordan a dick?
No, I think what this shows is why Michael Jordan is the greatest player in any sport ever, and just his drive and the way that he operated.
There was something very wrong with what you said. LeBron is the greatest sports player ever.
No.
LeBron.
In fact, I do believe that this documentary has influenced a bunch of people on ESPN who were all used to be LeBroners, being like, LeBron's the greatest player ever. They're like, yeah, LeBron's more like one of the top 10 greatest players ever, and he'll never be as good as Michael Jordan.
LeBron would shit on Michael Jordan.
He's
101.
not beating Michael Jordan.
Yes,
Michael Jordan is and always will be the greatest.
And
you don't even know sports. What number did he wear? Other than 23.
He's looking right at it.
Other than 23, what did he come back when he retired? What
I
number?
forget, because he went and played baseball for a little bit, and that wasn't so good.
What team did he play for?
He came back. Didn't he play for the White Sox?
Okay, you got that
when
one
he left.
Right. What's the number
and
he came back to in the Bulls?
He came back with...
What's his second jersey number?
Is it 31?
The age you like your women, 45.
45, okay. I couldn't remember.
So I just think it's an interesting look into the mind of a man who's so driven for excellence that nothing will stop him. And I think it's fascinating. It's exciting. Bill Burr did a rant on it about how it got him all fired up. And it's really well put together. It's very cool. They take it on this timeline, and then they zip you back to another time. So if you're into... You don't even have to be a fan of Michael Jordan, just a fan of sports in general, just to get it, because they put so much context in it, and it's really cool too, because they go through even Dennis Rodman's like party times and some of the stuff he went through. It really gives you this kind of amazing look on these people. So I found it's excellent.
There's a couple interesting videos that have popped up on YouTube recently of like younger players that were calling out Jordan after he retired, and he came back and basically schooled them, even though like. Are these videos from that, or are those separate ones that are popping up here and there on YouTube?
I think those are separate. This is specifically focused around the Bulls. When they ran in '97, their last time together, I guess, as a full team before it all got broken up. Mm-hmm. I mean, the tomato meter is pretty high on both sides of the scoreboard.
96% tomato meter, 95 audience score. Everyone loved this. Although this did come out in quarantine time, so after Tiger King, this was pretty much the thing to watch.
Yeah, this is the next thing that everybody's talking about. So if you have any inkling of just, like I said, you don't have to be a basketball fan to enjoy this, because, I mean, MJ is such a spectacular athlete, and just it's pretty cool. I forget if it was Magic Johnson or if it was Larry Bird. One of them said they played him in the playoffs, and they said that wasn't Michael Jordan on the court. It was God disguised as Michael Jordan on the court. And that's pretty high praise coming from some of the greatest players of all time. So just to hear them speak on him, saying how amazing he was when they were playing, it just gives you some pretty cool context. So enjoyable for all. A lot of cursing in it, though, so don't...
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Foul language from basketball players? That's
shocking. That's actually going to be interesting. As sports do come back, it's a question of how they're going to censor the players. And for basketball and hockey are the two big questions.
What do you mean censor the players?
Because,
what the hell are you talking about? They're going to be able to hear everything?
Because they're not going to have fans in the stands, so you're going to hear everything. And when it comes to... foul language. Apparently, the fouls in basketball and hockey players are pretty bad when it comes to that. So They're talking about doing like a 5-second delay, and I'm saying it needs to be way longer than 5 seconds.
Probably.
Sure. So
yeah,
let's move
I
on.
can tell you there probably is a lot of cursing in that.
There is. I stopped listening a while ago because it was sports and not football. Spoiler alert.
And the big problem is when it comes down to is that Noob's
Nope.
just a football
Great.
fan, which isn't really a sport.
It is.
So-
Well, no,
He's also not a fan of a real team.
He's also
yes.
a fake fan that just rides a bandwagon, which also isn't very sporting of him. So
What do you
it's
mean?
just-
Everyone hates the Dallas Cowboys, and I love them. So how is that a bandwagon?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, they weren't called America's team. That's not a thing. That's like
so-
saying it's just like the same reason why you like LeBron, just a bandwagon.
So you're
No,
saying,
I like LeBron because everyone hates LeBron.
So what you're saying, Noob, that is the Cowboys are not America's team? Then is
They
that what
are.
you're saying? You just
They
said
exemplify
You just said that they're
America.
not. That they don't have a large fan base and they're not America's team.
They
and
are.
they
So you're saying that
actually-
they're America's team because the owner is a racist and the rest of the players are all like,
not a racist.
and they lose a lot, which is what we've been doing as well, is losing. So you're saying that that's why they
He's
are
only
America's
been
team
referred to a plantation owner
is
like a
because-
handful of times.
is
That's not
because
that big
they
of a deal.
lose all
Jerry
the time.
Jones, plantation owner.
Jerry Jones Des Bryant loves him, honestly,
Dallas
Does he?
Cowboys,
like his adopted son.
habitual losers.
Well, and still more Super Bowls than the Eagles. Anyway, so let's move on to
Just
Adventure
barely
Time.
at this point.
That's not
They
5
got
to
him.
1. Adventure Time: Distant Lands is a new HBO Max original.
Yeah,
Max?
just came out.
Yeah. And it is bringing the lovable adult cartoon Adventure Time back into movie form.
Movie form?
I don't know. Is it?
I think they're like 45-minute episodes.
Oh. I don't know.
I think
anything
there's
about
going to be
this.
more than one because this is the first season and debuted on HBO Max. If you have HBO Go, as I believe I said earlier, you need to retire your HBO Go and get yourself some HBO Max. I will say that the content, if you're looking for back catalog stuff, is kind of cool. One thing I'm pissed about, I must admit, and if this go, we need to complain to HBO Max about this. I was trying to watch Princess Mononoke, and I could not get the English dub where Gillian Anderson's in it, and there's like a handful of. I just wanted to see in English instead of Japanese, and I was a little disappointed. So anyway, this is an extension of Adventure Time. I think they're taking kind of obscure characters and they're going to expand upon them. Like, so this is a little bit. I'm a big Adventure Time fan, but the first episode was about BMO. And I don't know, BMO is kind of an annoying character that I don't like very much. Can't imagine other people like it. So it was weird, just this whole adventure around BMO. I mean, the voice acting is good. The story ended up being more interesting than I thought it would be. And, you know, I'm not going to say I loved it, but as a fan of Adventure Time, I liked it. The one thing I guess I'll say, and maybe this is a spoiler, but I think it needs to be said because I didn't know it as an Adventure Time fan. There's an after credit scene, sort of, and it tells you where this thing takes place in time. And I did not get that at all from this. I was like, huh? So, you know, apparently this is a prequel to the normal Adventure Time timeline. So just FYI for if anybody decides to watch it, because
Everyone loves Adventure Time.
I had no
so-
idea. Adventure Time is great.
Yeah. It's not better than Rick and Morty.
Adventure Time.
Is it better
Come
than
on
Rick
and
and
get
Morty?
your friends.
Is it better than Rick and Morty?
That's well, you know what? In the decline, as an overall, if you take the overall of what you have from Adventure Time versus overall what you have from Rick and Morty, since Rick and Morty's most recent season was kind of disappointing, like if it continues to go in that direction, I would say Adventure Time will end up being better.
That seems bananas.
At the risk of sounding
Well,
negative,
Ever
no.
watch any of
Seems
Adventure
fake news.
Time?
You know what show never goes down in quality?
You can't say it. You already said it once in this episode. You're done.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
not what you
that.
think it is.
Yeah. It's Psych, the show / movies.
You
The
can't
greatest-
say it because no one cares about that show, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up things right here.
No, we're not. There is a Psych 2 movie that just came out, and we are going to review it, and I'm going to give
Where
a
did the
long...
movie? That's not the review for Psych the movie. That's the review for the show.
It's the review for everything. I have a chronological order of everything just to showcase.
No one cares.
How good Psych is.
We are
Psych,
not.
A 14-year
getting
show?
that deep into it.
It's yeah. It had,
Scott,
like-
have you ever even seen one episode
I've
of
not
this?
seen one episode.
You
Oh my
have?
God.
I have not. I have not.
No.
I have not seen.
I've had zero desire to watch even one episode.
So
I don't
you're a
even watch.
disappointment.
I don't even watch the channel that it's on. I've watched
USA
it
Network.
So little.
How? Yeah. What does anyone watch on USA? What is
Royal
good on USA?
Pains, White Collar, Psych. There's so many good
So
shows.
that's like one of your channels.
yeah, it's one of my go-tos.
So all they do is go and try to find Lassie, who's been dead for like I don't know 80 years.
No, not the dog.
Yeah. Look, it's Lassie, come home.
Yeah.
Lassie.
There's a detective Lassiter who they call Lassie.
I think this is
And
about
this
the
show is
dog.
always about puns, so they're punning Lassie Come Home.
That's
Yeah,
not that funny.
it's that funny.
Really?
Everyone in the world agrees because Psych, the show, average tomato meter, 89%.
That's why it got canceled, right?
It had 8 seasons. What do you want it to
Okay,
do?
That's a lot of seasons.
92%
On a
of...
channel no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. Then it had a Psych,
That's
the movie,
kind of a
come
dip.
out.
100% by the reviewers,
100%.
but 88% by the fans.
100% because it's huge.
Yeah, but the fans say differently.
What do
They're
you mean? 88% is good. And then Psych 2,
B+.
Lassie Comes Home. Look at this. Boom. 94% audience score.
I don't know. Those professional critics at 82% are
Those
just
professional
really,
critics are stupid.
There's not even
Stupid.
consensus.
It's so bad
Stupid.
that those professional critics got paid and still gave it a bad rating.
exactly.
Basically, if
thing
you have
sucks.
watched any of Psych, there is no way you're going
Which
to...
no one has ever watched ever.
Everyone has watched Psych.
Not a single person.
Everyone. Psych is amazing.
Fake news.
One of the most enjoyable shows I've ever watched in my life.
You are fake
If
news.
you have not
Why?
watched Psych,
You haven't given
Amazon
us
Prime.
one reason to watch it.
Amazon Prime, and it's on Peacock Network because somehow it's simultaneously on Amazon and Peacock, but you have to watch commercials on Peacock. 'Cause
What exactly is in one word, why is this a good show?
Amazeballs.
That's not a word.
God, you're gay.
Amazeballs. So basically, it's a fake psychic detective. It's someone who is hyper observant.
No.
Plays themselves as a psychic detective to be a consultant. And
He wasn't
they
even
do
trying.
No.
lovable spoofs of Indiana Jones.
No.
Oh,
No,
I'm so bored
no,
already.
Oh
No.
my God, you
No.
suck! Everyone,
Hell no.
no
No.
one's gonna dislike the show.
No.
Watch it, watch it.
Can
and
they
I
watch Psych 2 on its own?
No, probably not. No. You could still enjoy it, but you'd be kind of confused.
I have never seen either of those guys on a single other show, and you're telling me they had 8 seasons of this show and they've never
So-
acted on anything else ever.
They have.
Come
So
on.
Dulé Hill, the lovable bald man who looks like Denzel in his younger form, was on Suits, which is also a USA show.
Oh,
blowjobs.
another terrible show. Okay, yes.
Then
And
James Roday Rodriguez was on the show that is still airing. One of my favorite, well, not my favorite, but it's one of my shows that I like. A Million Little Things on ABC.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they both act, and they're awesome.
Ooh-wee.
So you should watch it. Noob, stample of approval.
Stample of approval. His tramp stamp of
the
approval.
bone
Yes.
train, miss?
If it'll get us out of here.
How about you, Morty? Would you like to ride the bone train?
I would love to get boned by both Dulé Hill and James Roday.
Do you have a tramp stamp that says Psych on above your butt cheeks?
I have it tattooed on the shaft of my penis.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So yeah, you should watch it, and it's awesome, and that is all.
Well, I guess before we wrap up, I would just like to say that if you like what you heard here today, the best way that you could help us is by subscribing and by sharing these videos amongst your friends. Our podcast keeps growing and growing, and but we need a little help on YouTube. We may have made some mistakes in the past that we have not apologized for, but did get us canceled off the air,
Mr. Nipples, Vagina, Titties.
and may have cost us the algorithms. So
I'd
now the
say-
algorithms are against us
I'd say
because we've been
for-
thrown off the air.
For 151 shows, for only getting tossed one time's not too bad.
We've
Burned-
also been copyright stricken 3 or 4 times, so I would say YouTube has it out for us.
Yeah, I've also have lost about half of the sounders that I use because of copyright reasons. So that is
So YouTube is not our friend, but you know who is our friend? You are, dear listener. So do us a favor, and like I said, the best thing you can do to help us is to share our videos and to subscribe. We appreciate it. We love it. We have a
Burn
great
Doritos
time.
has a fantastic suggestion. A noob OnlyFans.
we also see,
Noob OnlyFans.
I do see multiple people in that chat right there, and I only see a few likes. So if you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button right now.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. And if we haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do that. And we want to see everyone do that and share it and tell your friends to subscribe as well. So you know when we're live and when our shows show. Let me say show one more time. And if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to ORK_U on Instagram to join in there. Go to facebook.com/our reviews will kill you. And if you're listening on the podcast, you can find us at youtube.com/our reviews will kill you. And if you need to listen while you go back to work, hopefully that happens for you. We are on Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iTunes as well.
So from all of us here at Our Reviews Will Kill You, to all of y'all at home, at work, and wherever you play, and from Baby Yoda, we love y'all.
You've had greatest of fears.